Hello YouTube and welcome back. In this video we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of the LS rocker. Did you know that the LS rocker is actually a great rocker? It has some not so great features in it. It fit the build for what it was designed for. Hey, you're getting a roller rocker in a out of an OEM engine. Back in the day we would have loved to have had this rocker. The problems being they're not made for high lift, and the needle bearings aren't encased in a sealed bearing. They just have an inner and outer sleeve, and we'll take you back and I'll disassemble one and we'll talk about all that even some more back there. But if you were to have valve float, you would have a bunch of little needle bearings all in your engine, and that would not be good. We could put in a different rocker, an aftermarket rocker. That's awesome. The problem being we're actually adding more weight on the rocker. Brian Tooley, go look up Brian Tooley, can get 500 RPMs, higher RPM by just not putting an aftermarket rocker and rebuilding a stock rocker. All right, that all being said, this isn't a commercial for Texas Speed, but you get the real McCoy here. I'll take you to the back and show you what's the difference in a Texas Speed kit as opposed to other kits. You go on eBay, Amazon, anywhere, and you'll see there's a lot of these kits. They're all priced about the same. How do you know which kit to get? You don't really know. That's what this video is basically for, is telling you which is one of the best kits out there in my humble opinion, and how to remove the old existing bearings and how to put in the upgraded Trunnion kit from Texas Speed. I used a press to press these out. I came up with a little jig in the bottom, press them out. You don't need that. You can use a vise. You could probably use a socket and a hammer and just tap the old ones out. They're just pressed in. That's not a problem at all. Putting them in though, we really don't want to be tapping or hammering on roller bearings. The beauty of the Texas Speed kit, it even comes with installation tools, and when we get to the back, I'll show you. They're just two machined rings, which you look at them, they look like two washers, and you're thinking, there's not a special tool. It is. The hole inside that washer, hardened machine washer, perfectly machined flat, is slightly larger than this hole. So it allows you to press from both sides. It allows you to press the bearing nice and flat without damaging the case. Here's the bearing that I told you we're talking about in the back. It's a sealed bearing. There's no little bearings going to fall out anywhere. It's actually a sealed bearing made in the USA. All that being said, let's get out there and I'm going to show you how to take these apart and how to do the upgrade kit. Let's get out there. So how are we going to get those off is real simple. We're going to press them off. And my press is cold this morning. And there we are. My arms out of the way. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see what's happening. See how easy that pressed right out of there? It's not hard at all. And I'm going to give you another tip if you don't have a press at home. But there it is. All right. Okay, you're at home and you don't have a press. You don't need to go to Harbor Freight. I'm not knocking on Harbor Freight. But could you do it with a C-clamp? And the answer is yes, most definitely. It will press right out with the C-clamp. We may even press them in with a C-clamp. There's that, there's this. When you press this out of here, what you're going to find is a bunch of little bearings. And that's why you don't want to have valve float on anything, on an LS or anything with a roller. So can you see what's inside of here? All right, that's all we use to press them off. It's quite simple. You could probably tap them out with a socket. C-clamp works excellent without having to buy anything. Okay, we want to know what comes in this kit. When you get this kit, it's an awesome kit. It's going to come also with nice quality bolt down hardware. You're going to get rid of the LS little bolts. Nothing wrong with them, but it does come with better hardware. So you get a value to this kit. You're also going to have, here we are, the bearings, little shaft, the trunnion bearings. We're going to have C-clips. So after we're done, it's no longer going to require on just the press fit to hold everything together. For high RPM, we're going to change it stuff a bit by putting a sealed bearing, nice in a case, and we are going to put C-clips on there. The tip of the day, when you're doing a C-clip, feel the C-clip. Feel what you're doing. One side is rounded, one side is sharp. Why is that? It was going down the assembly line and there was a press popping these out. As the press stamped these out, one side is rounded because the stamp hit it. One side is sharp because it came out the other side. We're going to use that sharp as our advantage. Never put the sharp aiming in. Put the sharp aiming out. This is a tip you can use for pistons, piston pins, anything that has a clip. Why would you want the round aiming out? The round aiming out would actually enhance it coming loose. The sharp aiming out would actually have a sharp edge to hold. So anytime you're doing a C-clip, always remember to use your sharp edges to your advantage. Put them to where you want to hold stuff. If you're holding stuff in, you're going to put them in. Holding stuff out, you're going to put them out. That's just a little tip of the day. The kit is quality. They want you to do a good job. They go ahead and provide you with these hardened machined installation tool. It's a flat pad that will not damage the bearing itself. Awesome. Why is a manufacturer going to provide stuff that other people don't provide? They don't give you the hardware. Why? You're buying these bearings. They want a quality kit. So why were they going to provide you the tools to install them? Why? It's a quality kit and they want you to do a good job. There's a lot of China stuff out there that you can buy real cheap and it's going to just be these and you're on your own. So I'd rather spend a little more money, keep the money in America, keep the money in Texas, and buy quality stuff. This set, been proven, will not let you down. This is what I use to remove it. This is what we're going to use to install it. Let's get to it. It's basically pretty simple. On the inner part has a flat spot. That's going to be aiming up. On the LS, not a problem. On this kit, because it'll spin all the way around. So when you're about to install it, you'll put that aiming up. On the factory rocker, it had a flat spot, it had a round spot, and it also has only a half cut here. So once it's in place, you see that? It can only move that much. That's one of the problems with these. You can't do a lot of lift on the camshaft or you start to interfere with that right there. You see that? There's only so much movement you can have on these. The new ones do not matter. We can have all the lift we want. You see that? All right, let's get these pressed on. It is a simple video. What special tools we're going to have? I'm going to have a set of C-clamp pliers, Blue Point, which you can get on Amazon. I may put a link down below to get you a set of snap ring pliers and a C-clamp. All right, tip of the day, I got this set up so that I could show you how you can use a C-clamp. I got it on a tabletop vise, but I'm sure, well, I'm not sure of anything, but you might have a vise at home and a C-clamp. Why is another reason that we love this kit from Texas Speed. This isn't a commercial with Texas Speed, www.texasspeed.com. This isn't that what it is, though. I love quality parts, so I'll talk about quality parts all day long for free. The way you know a quality part is, do they skimp on every little thing because it's cheaper to make the kit so they can compete against somebody else? So if you're going to go compare their part to other people's, compare apples to apples, not apples to a little bitty orange about that big. So we're not going to compare stuff like that. Here's the reason. They have the special tools, hardened spacers made for pressing everything on, come with the kit. So they're doing that so that you don't damage the bearing and then blame for a faulty part, which is not a faulty part. It is just you were faulty in assembling it. Did I say enough? Alrighty. I have, we're going to be using Amsoil to lube the bearings. You know, that's my go-to lube anyway. So we have a roller, been disassembled, been cleaned. We have our 2 bearings, USA, made in the US of A. I want to just put a little bit of lube inside. We don't need a lot. So there's our lube. And I want to just go ahead and pre-lube them. Look at that. Amsoil is some awesome stuff. What are you going to do? If you notice. Alrighty. So let's start off by pressing. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm real particular, and I have to repeat. So I got the USA, made in the USA, aiming out, and USA, where does it go? Aiming up. All right, made in the USA right there. And it's not used to Japan, by the way. With this clamping system, I like it a little bit better. I would probably, in designing a little system like this, would have this not roll around. I'd rather have it be perfectly straight so that it keeps it flat, because it will go crooked on you. And that's no problem, because you just have to use common sense and straighten out the bearing. Don't let it go crooked on you. That's all. The beauty of using this setup here is I can feel, you want to know how it feels in your hand so that you know when you're binding up. On a press, you could just sit there and press it and damage everything and not have a clue that you were going sideways because you didn't know. Look at here. I'm just squeezing here. It's going in. It's not a lot of pressure at all. Isn't that cool beans? I think it is. I can see what's going on. I can feel what's going on. There it is. It's not damaged. I took the tools that came in it and I just taped them with the electrical tape to a C-clamp. This C-clamp also is my welding one. So I could have used a better C-clamp that is nice and straight and doesn't have a lot of play. Also, like I said, I would have probably liked one that with a tighter fit here so that it stays straighter. This is just, I got plenty of C-clamps. I picked this one up and I just thought, I want to show you using this C-clamp. Because if I can do it with this C-clamp, you can do it at home with anything. Alrighty then. Merry Christmas, everybody. Alright, I got Amsoil in there. I already got these pre-lubed with Amsoil on there. These do spin all the way around. Not a problem. The original factory ones, you got to make sure you press them in exactly in the right direction. These you don't. Alright. How about that one? The tool hole on the inside of the tool is the size of the trunnion bearing or the shaft, so it goes right in. Now that we got that in there, boy, look at that. It's going to actually stay right in the spot that we're doing. So once you get your first one in, it's a little bit more easy cheesy on the second one. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's not a lot of tension that I'm even having to put in here. I'm going to go in and press them till they're flat or flush with the ends. There we are. Open this puppy up. Voila. Look at that baby. Nice. No damage. No problems. What are we going to do now? We're going to put in our C-clips. What have we learned of our C-clips? I like to repeat. So what I'm doing is the flat spot goes up. That's where the bolt would go. The round spot goes down. Flat spot up. I like to just hold it like that. Remember, the rounded end of the C-clip go towards the rocker. Put the sharp end out. We're going to use a pair of snap ring pliers. Voila. One. Boom, one and done, people. I'm going to aim that down. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to aim that down. I'm going to go over here. And voila. Voila. Are they aiming down? They are, just because I like them aiming down. Done. Look at that. Okay, so we got 3 done. I got the rest to go. I'll probably now zoom back and do a high speed. You can look how I do it. I do have another. So again, if you leave it sticking out a little bit, it'll self-align. So when you get over here, you're in the hole. Look at that. Look at that. We get faster and faster as we go. Yeah. Done. Another one bites the dust. No magic. No magic. 2 bearings, you see them here? Alright, what are we doing? Amsoil, go ahead and put it inside. They do come pre-lubed. I didn't get the instructions that says to do this or how to do it. So maybe I shouldn't be doing a video of how to do this. But you know. It ain't my first rodeo, whoa. So like I said, putting the first part, it'll want to go sideways on you. I almost said it wants to cock on you, but I didn't want to get everybody all riled up, and it is almost Christmas. It is almost Christmas, and hearing all the people saying, "What are you doing? I ain't talking about a chicken." Not to worry, Santa Claus is coming to town. How many of y'all are ready for Santa? Anybody? 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 Lube? Mrs. Lubner? Who's ready for that? Anybody remember Mrs. Lubner? Look at that. Once again, if you leave it sticking out a little bit, always leave it sticking out a little bit. Keep on wanting more. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It will go in the hole and it'll self-align. You can tell them that Danny said so. Tell them my machine is set to always leave a little bit sticking out. Like I said, I do own a press, but you don't have the feel of what you're doing on a press. You'll press it, you'll break something because you don't know when something's not working for you. Here, if it starts going crooked on you, you'll feel it. You'll know it. You'll just say, whoa, 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 Nelly. See how it sticks out on both sides? We want those in those holes right there. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but look at this. Maybe that's a better way to explain it. Can you see that? Cool tool, and the inside hole is larger than this, so it has a place to go. So it actually self-aligns. I mean, even with something as sloppy as this, it's easy cheesy. All right. the pin can move. I find it easier to not use lint rags. I find it easier to pull the pin out and put it into that hole first as your guide. Look at that. Then we'll need to push it out the other side to use it as a guide on both sides. Look at that. We're going to press it till it just can't press anymore, and then we're done. Look at that. Remember on the snap ring, you can see it, the sharp edge, put it aiming out. Don't put the sharp end aiming in. Snap ring. We're done. Has a rounded edge and a sharp edge. Sharp edge aiming out. I like to go in and put all my clips aiming down just because. And there you are. There's a full rocker with the C-clips. The beauty of this one from Texas Speed is that it does have C-clips. The C-clips means under high RPM, vibration, any kind of severe load, we're not going to lose the bearings. They're going to stay put. So that's it. All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a real simple video. It's like I said, I don't get paid anything. I'm just trying to help you all pick out the winners from the losers, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and call this a winner. I'm not saying that they're the only ones out there that you would use or you could use, but I do believe in quality. It's a Texas company. We're from Texas. That doesn't mean anything really, but I do like that as well. But the part that I do like is American parts. So if we're hiring a skilled labor to build these parts, assemble these parts, and we're using good quality parts, that's why it's such a good kit. That all being said, we're getting a little sidetracked on that part. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button. You may already be subscribed. If you're not, subscribe. If you haven't hit the notification button, you'll know when I have a video. I like to come on live stream just kind of on a whim. But if you hit the notification, you will know when I'm going live. All that being said, I don't know if there's much more to say. Besides, have a Merry Christmas. Have a good weekend and nothing else. This will be Tuesday, so this is Christmas week. Hug someone, not from behind, and not too close. As for me, I'm getting back to work, and we'll see you on the next one. I do have another tip. The old needle bearings are those. And you're probably wondering, how do you pick those up? It's frustrating as all trying to get all those up. And you're wondering, man, how do I get those up and put them in a bag and get rid of them? Or if you're working on them or you're cleaning them, try to pick one of those up with oily hands. And you're just going to have just a terrible time picking all these up. And you're going to wonder, what the heck? No magic through the hands of what did just happen? It'll take you 10 minutes to pick up all those bearings. Or will it? Get you a little magnet. Boom, pick them all up. Look at that. Now I have all of them here. I can deal with them. I'm not losing them. Work with them. Maybe I don't need to give those kind of tips of the day. Y'all are way smarter than that. So, alrighty then. That's just the tip of the day. My hands are real big. My fingers are real big. And whenever I try to pick up one of those needle bearings, I end up dropping more than I pick up. So I just figured out a little magnet way. Boom, I grab them all. Now we're done. Now I can just take off and get them all off the magnet and put them in a bag. Anyway, I don't know if that was important. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video. We'll back up and you can just watch from a distance. But I think you've seen close up now. Real simple. I mean, I don't know if this is probably a video that's so simple that didn't need to be done, but